What about, ma'am, the difference between DNB and MS now?
I feel DNB is slightly at an above edge than MS.
लेकिन कभी आपको लाइफ में लगा कि बिकॉज ऑफ DGO you are being not given the right opportunities?
This really doesn't matter whether you are a DGO or whether you are MS.
OBG being a very toxic department. अब उसका क्या किया जाए?
I did a 36 hours duty. So it's normal. We should stop normalizing this and we should stop saying कि OBGY में तो ऐसा होता ही है. It's a toxic department.
गाइनीज के बारे में और क्या मिसकंसेप्शंस है?
That we are charging money, we are minting money कि लड़की है तो गायनी ही लेगी.
What's your advice to a new JR1 joining Ops Gynae department?
Before choosing this branch, you should choose this branch only if you have passion for it, not under society pressure.
मैम इस साल भी FMGs का I saw the result just 25%.
The problem is not at the student level, the problem is at the curriculum level.
नीट PG अपडेट आई है कुछ 7-8 महीने बाद है. अब उसके लिए आपका क्या कहना है? Hey guys, welcome to the Nachiket Bhatia show. Today we have the first guest who started the Nachiket Bhatia show. And incidentally, we have also celebrated our 2-year anniversary just yesterday. She was the one who made the Nachiket Bhatia show a possibility. She is a very dear friend, the renowned Ops Gynae faculty of our country, one of the most loved book authors, and of course, one of the funniest humans I have ever met. I think everybody knows who she is. Let's put our hands together. Let's invite the loveliest, the most beautiful, and the most generous person I know, Dr. Sakshi Arora Hans, ma'am. Hello and welcome, ma'am. Welcome for the second time on the Nachiket Bhatia show.
Thank you so much, sir. And it is such a pleasure always to come on the Nachiket Bhatia show. And sir, matlab more than you, even I am so happy and proud to see the Nachiket Bhatia show grow from where it was and to what it is today. And honestly, sir, matlab your recent few podcasts, I've loved them. They are so insightful. So congratulations for bringing such kind of thing for the doctors.
So साक्षी मैम, इससे पहले हम आगे बढ़े, मैं जानना चाहता हूँ आपके कॉलेज के बारे में.
Not again, sir. Not again. But, sir, you know it. I think everyone knows it that I have done my MBBS from GSVM Kanpur. So I am a proud Ganeshian. And so, like I told you, and everyone else also, ki there we have the para-wise system. So I am from para R1, that is the 97 batch. And then I did my DGO, which I did from Allahabad, MLN Medical College, Allahabad. And if you remember, sir, last time also I told you this is my biggest regret that I am a DGO and not an MS OBGY.
तो मैम रिग्रेट तो है, लेकिन कभी आपको लाइफ में लगा कि बिकॉज ऑफ DGO you are being not given the right opportunities?
No, sir, that I never felt. That God has been kind. Because the kind of field which I took, there, this really doesn't matter whether you are a DGO or whether you are MS. I think I have been one of those fortunate people who not deliberately but accidentally came into a field where it really doesn't matter. But if you ask me from today's point of view, does it matter? Now it matters. If you are into clinical practice, definitely it matters whether you are a DGO or whether you are MS Obs and Gynae. So at present, in present situation, in present scenario, it matters. For me, in that era, it didn't matter. Now in the era of super specialization, yes, it matters.
So ma'am, if I ask you basically a little bit sensitive question like DGO and MS, what's the main difference in the learning curve of these?
Sir, a lot of difference.
Please.
Sir, because when you are in MS, you get that 1 year of being a JR3 where you get a lot of hands-on practice. You get that ability to take a decision, right? In an emergency, you are the senior most who has to take a decision. And that decisiveness which comes in you at that time, that helps you all throughout, that builds your confidence, that lays down a very strong foundation, which is very, very important for from OBGY point of view. But when you are a DGO, your career is for 2 years. You are coming out of a college being a second year. You never came into that position where you had to take a decision whether I should induce the patient or I should not, whether I should continue with the normal delivery or should I take her up for C-section, whether an episiotomy is required or not, whether instrumental delivery is required or not. You have never made that decision, right? You were told that decision by the senior. So yes, there is a lot of difference, sir. Second difference, sir, which I feel is that we as DGOs, or into if you are doing diploma from any field, you don't write thesis, right? So that is, again, these are small things, research. So if you ever want to go into research, so today also I'm so afraid of biostats, I am so afraid of doing research on any topic, writing a paper, publishing a paper, small things which really matter in your academic career. You are not exposed to it if you are doing a diploma, because first year mein to you are a first year resident, right? And second year, the moment you come, now you have to come out of the college. So there is a big difference in the learning curve of a DGO and MS.
Ma'am, how much load do you consider a good load in an OPD or the OT?
So that depends. So that actually depends. Sir, it's in OBGY. So when it comes to load, sir, ultimately in OBS, you have to do MTP, you have to do a normal delivery, you should know how to do a cesarean section, instrumental delivery, right? So, but the load is not, it's not the load. It's actually the gynae surgeries which you should be a little more particular about, you know, whether prolapse is being managed there, hysterectomies are being performed there, total laparoscopic hysterectomy is being done there or not, whether other prolapse surgeries, sacropexies and all these uterosacral sacropexies, are they being performed there or not? So these are the things which you have to do. So cesarean har jagah hoga, normal delivery har jagah hogi, MTP har jagah hoga, instrumental delivery har jagah hoga. The difference is in the gynae surgeries. So your focus has to be that how much are you getting exposed to the variety of gynae surgeries.
That's a very good point, actually.
I think most of the students, sir, because ultimately, sir, every day you are performing delivery, whether it's a government hospital or whether it is a private hospital. It's the gynae surgeries which are going to make a difference.
But मैम एक फैक्टर और है छोटा सा, वो यही है कि that OBG is considered a very toxic department. And that toxicity is something which, again, you can call it ragging, you can call it harassment by the seniors, all right? And I think everybody has seen OBG being a very toxic department. अब उसका क्या किया जाए?
So we should stop normalizing it first, right? You know, it's not normal that when I say that I did a 36 hours duty, so it's normal, right? It's a learning curve. This is how you become a gynecologist. It's not normal to sleep on the floor in labor room. It's not normal that if you are staying hungry for 10 to 12 hours because continuously you are doing deliveries. So we should stop normalizing these things, right? And we should start treating our residents, our interns in the department as humans, sir. That is the only thing which is required. We start comparing them कि हमने किया था तो तुम्हें भी करना है. Right? This is a branch where there is a lot of pressure because we are dealing with 2 lives eventually. So automatically there is a lot of pressure. And on top of that, if we create pressure, that it is normal कि OBGY resident stretcher पकड़ के लेकर जाएगी अगर कोई attendant नहीं है या कोई ward boy नहीं है तो कोई बात नहीं बेटा, हमने किया था, तुम भी stretcher पकड़ के patient को खुद लेकर आओ OT में, या तुम patient को at some places, you know, you are even asked कि अगर कोई नहीं है तो you prepare the part of the patient. That's not normal, sir. That should not be done. जिसकी ड्यूटी है वो करे. Sir, in right, it is so normal for our residents to have those heavy bags because they have every medication, every drug which might be required in cesarean section an OBGY first year resident has to carry in their bags, right? Because an anesthesia वाले residents की ये requirement नहीं है, लेकिन OBGY में this is normal and everyone knows कि अगर हम OBGY की OT में जा रहे हैं तो वहाँ पे तो resident के पास सब कुछ मिल ही जाएगा. So stop normalizing these things. जिसकी जो ड्यूटी है वो करे. OBGY resident is coming here to learn how to manage patients from you. They are not coming here to learn how to manage instruments. That is a nurse's duty. They should do it. They are not coming here to set up anesthesia trolley. So that is an anesthetist duty. Let everyone do their duties and not normalize it for OBGY resident that they are going to do the multitasking. So once we stop normalizing these things, so the toxicity will go.
So, ma'am, have you seen that recent video of that JR1 from KGMU Obs Gynae, where she has just explained why she has quit KGMU because of ragging?
No, sir. I have not seen, sir.
तो मैम उसमें क्या है that she's a JR1,
Okay.
all right, and she tells in that video that किस तरीके से उसके साथ toxicity हुई है, harassment by seniors, and she's just expected to know everything from the day one itself. और ये पूरी वीडियो इस बात पे बेस्ड है कि that there is no way to guide you and everybody is just yelling on you, and she had the guts, which I really respect, is that she had the guts to quit an institute like KGMU and a seat like Obs Gynae.
So first of all, this girl is very brave that she had definitely the guts. Not everyone has those guts. And so that is what I was telling you. We should stop normalizing this and we should stop saying कि OBGY में तो ऐसा होता ही है. It's a toxic department. So this toxicity is created by us. So anyone who's entering into any kind of profession for the first time into the student is coming to you as a JR. So they have not yet been exposed to any of these things like handling emergencies, being in the labor room, seeing females shouting or crying because of labor pains. On top of that, and they are overwhelmed by all this, 8 to 10 deliveries happening all together. They are, as it is, they are very much overwhelmed by all this. And once the seniors are not explaining them, they are not acclimatizing them, they are not telling them what to expect, what to do. So that is wrong. And as I said, these things are being normalized. We should not normalize them. This is not done, sir.
हमारे यहाँ मतलब nobody wants to teach. Everybody
Yes.
wants to shout.
Yes. So that is something which is wrong. You will have to tell someone, guide them what to do, what to expect, how should they be acting during emergency situations, how is a PPH going to be managed. There are no drills which are happening. You are not taking them on that tour of the, suppose if PPH happens, this is what I am going to say, this is how you have to act. And sir, on top of that, sir, the biggest problem is also in our medical curriculum, where we expect a student to remember 20 causes of clubbing, 20 causes of anemia, right? But we don't teach them, we don't give them that hands-on practice, what they have to do if a patient is coming to you with bleeding, or how do you have to act when PPH happens. We are not giving them those drills. A few colleges have started doing these kinds of practical mock drills, but it is not there in every college. So as it is, the clinical exposure is very less in our curriculum, right? On top of that, sir, during internship also, students, because they have to clear NEET PG, their entire focus is on solving MCQs rather than learning during their internship. So, sir, how do we expect them to know once they enter into their JR-ship? This entire thing, what we are building for them is something which they don't even know.
So, ma'am, if you were made the PM of India for a day, what are the changes that you are going to bring in the whole medical world?
It's a very controversial. So first of all, I'm going to reduce the syllabus by 30 to 40%. Not because it's not important, but because, sir, clinical practice is much more important than learning a few causes, mugging up a few things. Because, so we are not teaching our students, so many of them, how to give injections. Some of them don't even know how to put IV cannulas, right? How to adjust the drop rates, simple things, right? These are the things which we are not teaching them. We are not teaching them communication skills, which is so very important, right? The biggest thing which I feel, which we are not telling them, that when a private patient is going to come, they are very different from a government hospital patient, thanks to chat gpt, thanks to AI, where a private patient is going to know everything, right? How you are then going to convert your patient, what are the communication skills which you should be having. We are not teaching them anything about medico legal aspects, right? We are just telling them to, we are making them crammers of 20 19 subjects. So I would focus on these things, that there should be classes of com skills, there should be, so like for example, sir, if you see, okay, so from a doctor you've become an entrepreneur, this is also important for a medical student, because ultimately if they are going to run their hospitals, they have to know this entrepreneurship. So these are the skills which a doctor needs to know, which we as doctors don't know. So these are the changes which I would like to bring in the curriculum.
कौन सा सब्जेक्ट ऐसा है जो आपको लगता है कि हट जाना चाहिए?
सर कोई सब्जेक्ट नहीं हटना चाहिए सर, हर सब्जेक्ट में जहाँ पे सर, आई एम नॉट सेइंग नेगेटिव टू एनी सब्जेक्ट, बट सर जहाँ इंटीग्रेशन है, बायोकेमिस्ट्री इज ऑल्सो इम्पॉर्टेंट, right? When it comes to metabolic disorders, when it comes to pediatric के life problems, but sir, is it necessary कि हम Krebs cycle के हर enzyme को जाने? It's not necessary that we mug up all of that. So it's not necessary. So these are the things where we have to reduce the burden of the student, and we have to introduce classes which is focusing on making them a complete doctor.
What could you have done for the betterment of the doctors?
What could I have done for the...
As a PM, you're still the PM.
I am still the PM.
अभी आप मोदी जी हो, अब आप आगे बताओ.
Okay, so for the betterment of the doctors, sir, number one, sir, these violence against doctors which is happening. So I would have strict rules for anyone who is becoming violent against doctors. So this is one thing which I would want to address, and I would have more securities for our students, for our doctors who are working late nights, right? Number two, every hospital, I would make sure that they have proper alarm systems, properly guards placed, and not just people who are just standing there for the sake of standing. So proper security to be there. So doctors also need that some rest, something, there are not even coffee machines. आप कहीं पर भी किसी भी ऑफिस में चले जाओ ना सर, एक कॉफ़ी मशीन जैसी बेसिक चीज़ होती है जो कि हमारे लेबर रूम्स में नहीं है, हमारी ओटीज़ में नहीं है ना. अगर उनको रात में भी चाय पीनी है सर, यू आर एक्सपेक्टिंग देम टू स्टे अवेक फॉर 12 आवर्स 24 आवर्स एट अ स्ट्रेच. सो ये बेसिक कुछ चीज़ें तो हमें अपने हॉस्पिटल्स में होनी चाहिए.
कहीं मैंने ऐसे सोचा ही नहीं
सर, कुछ तो चीज़ें सर भी नहीं
मैं
ना.
जनरली बता रहा हूँ, मैं आज तक दिमाग में नहीं आया कि यहाँ कॉफ़ी, मतलब क्योंकि हमारे इतना बुरा हाल है अस्पतालों के अंदर कि कॉफ़ी मशीन तो आपको याद ही नहीं आती.
सर एक कॉफ़ी नहीं चाहिए होती सर, रात में जगना है आपने लाइफ ऑफ अ पेशेंट डिपेंड्स ऑन यू.
वेरी ट्रू, व्हाट यू आर सेइंग इज वेरी ट्रू. व्हाट आई एम सेइंग इज कि इंफ्रा का इतना बुरा हाल है कि कॉफ़ी मशीन तो आपको इतनी लग्जरी लगती है.
सर जो एक बेसिक सी चीज़ है सर, वो हमें इतनी लग्जरी लग रही है डॉक्टर्स के लिए.
पानी के लिए भी आपको बाहर जाना पड़ता है. The water coolers are put in a central location in the hospital, and you have to walk
And
from
sir,
your
on
department.
on top of that, it is said that doctors are charging money, doctors are minting money. सर छोटे छोटे एग्जाम्पल हैं. There are these apps which are simple astrological apps. सर आप एस्ट्रोलॉजी ऑनलाइन एप्स हैं सर. उन एस्ट्रोलॉजी ऑनलाइन एप्स में भी अगर आप कुछ एस्ट्रोलॉजर्स की फी देखो ना सर, इट्स 100 रुपीज पर मिनट, राइट? 150 रुपीज पर मिनट. एंड यहाँ पे सर डॉक्टर्स को अ पेशेंट इज गोइंग टू पे वंस, एंड सर फिर तो उसके बाद लिबर्टी है कि आपने हाफ एन आवर बात करनी है तो आप हाफ एन आवर करो, उसके बाद आप उसको व्हाट्सएप पे भी रिपोर्ट्स भेज दो, फिर उसके बाद आप सेकेंड टाइम आके फॉलो अप भी कर लो, क्योंकि एक डॉक्टर हैज चार्ज यू 800, 1000 और मे बी 1200. एंड so this is something which is actually matlab it's wrong thing which is being spread about doctors, many misconceptions about doctors, that we are charging money, we are minting money on every investigation, we are getting a cut.
Commission. I think societal pressure has made the doctors go into a cocoon because everything that they do apart from, let's suppose, their consultations or anything, बहुत गिल्ट हो जाता है उनको अंदर से ना कि हम कुछ गलत करने जा रहे हैं बिकॉज सोसाइटी आपको माफ नहीं करेगी.
Sir, every time a gynecologist performs a cesarean section, they will have to explain themselves that why a C-section, why not a vaginal delivery. अभी भी sir, my students, medicos, जिनके साथ में अगर कोई उनका relative है, and they are into labor pains, and अगर वहाँ पे किसी ने कह दिया ना गायनी वाले ने कि भाई cesarean होना है, they will also doubt कि वो सी सेक्शन क्यों होना है.
ये तो पैसे कमा रहे हैं
ये
इस
तो
पे.
पैसे कमा रहे हैं, एंड ये तो टैग एक गायने के साथ हमेशा है कि पैसे कमाने के लिए उन्होंने सिजेरियन किया.
गायनीज के बारे में हम और क्या मिसकंसेप्शन है?
सो बहुत सारे सिर्फ सटल हैं, मतलब नाउ दे आर नॉट एज लाउड misconceptions, but there are so many misconceptions about gynae. Number one, they are very dominating. Sir, matlab, I'll tell you from my personal experience also. Sir, Dr. Pankaj, like as I told you, it is our arranged marriage. So one thing which he had told to my mom-in-law, ki I will marry any girl whom you say, but that girl should not be a gynecologist. So sir, ये भी क्योंकि वो dominating, and thankfully I just hope he would be listening to this and he can say कि the misconception is broken. But sir, this is there कि गायनी वाली बहुत dominating होती हैं. They are always very they want things the way they want it, right? They are toxic, and they are the ones who will not have a very happy family life, right? They will not be able to manage. So many females who are going to take OBGY, they also have this question always कि ma'am, how will I manage my family and OBGY, right? So next very जो एक misconception है फीमेल्स को लेके कि अगर लड़की है तो गायनी ही लेगी. ना सर, ये तो एक रहता है कि if a sir, it is not necessary that if you have a uterus you have to treat someone who has a uterus, right? So they can be a female who does not want to have emergency, who does not want to have a very hectic life. They want to become a dermatologist, or maybe there is on the other hand a boy who is finding passion in gynae. So it's not, this is again a very big misconception कि लड़की है तो वो तो OBGY ही लेगी. हाँ, in our country it is right that to some extent females want to show to a female doctor, right? They feel more comfortable in going to a female doctor, but that doesn't mean कि लड़की है तो गायनी ही लेगी. That is again a big misconception.
But the concept still stands. आज भी आप चले जाओ तो I've seen so many people of course in NEET PG counseling कि my mom dad are just saying because I'm a girl I have to take OBGYN, मुझे मेडिसिन लेनी है बट मुझे प्रेशर किया जा रहा है कि मुझे ऑब्स गायनी ही लेनी चाहिए.
Sir, I feel it is your competence and your personality trait and your passion which should decide your branch, not your chromosome number. Whether you are X or Y, that should not decide. Sir, it is like as good as कि अगर एक बॉय है वो स्ट्रॉन्ग है तो वो ऑर्थोपेडिक्स ही लेगा, है ना? ऐसा नहीं है ना सर. सो सेम सर, अगर लड़की है तो गायनी ही बेस्ट है उसके लिए, दैट्स अ रॉन्ग मिसकंसेप्शन. योर ब्रांच इज
मेल्स इन ऑब्स गायनी.
So males in obs gynae are doing pretty good, sir. Not so good in North India, but sir, if you go to South India, sir, they are doing very good, especially in gynae practice. So maybe a female is little hesitant, coming to a male obstetrician. But when it comes to gynae surgeries, whether it is, urogynae, whether it is having your IVF center, whether it is doing, niche hysteroscopic and laparoscopic surgeries, or onco, gynae onco, all these branches may you will see very, very good male gynecologist. So male gynecologists, definitely they do very well.
In the initial phase of their career, do they feel the bias?
Yes. So the bias is there. The bias is not a bias which they will feel immediately, right? They will take a little more time to establish, and they will have to establish themselves once. But sir, सबसे important बात जो सबसे good thing about gynae is ना, in gynae, if the faith is there, if a female is, you are able to give that kind of comfort and the female patient has faith in you, so then the entire family is going to come to you, right? So that trust building will take a little bit of time, but once the trust is there, then from their sister to their daughter, everyone becomes your patient. So that trust will take time, but it happens.
Yeah, I can give you a very good example here. So my wife's obs gynae, he's a male.
Okay.
So he delivered her two younger sisters. He was her mother's obs gynae, delivered her sisters. Now all the family is going to that obs gynae for last what, 30 years?
So that is how it happens. So gynae mein, it's all about trust, and if the trust is there, then the generations are going to come to you. So this is true in gynae.
And let's talk about the super speciality now. I think the first question is very simple. I ask everyone is, ma'am, do you think right now in today's generation, being a simple MS or DNB obs gynae, a person can settle anywhere in India, or doing a SS is compulsion?
So in OBGY, it's not a compulsion. In OBGY, if you are a simple MS obs and gynae, right, you still are going to make a lot of money also, and you will have a good rapport also. In OBGY, it's not absolutely mandatory because OBGY in itself is an end branch. But having said that, so the kind of issues which are increasing, infertility, right? So if you take NEET SS, and if you are into IVF, or if you are into high risk obstetrics, or if you are into gynae onco, definitely settling in a metropolitan city or getting a good position in a corporate hospital, definitely that helps. But MS obs and gynae or DNB obs and gynae again is self-sufficient.
So right now, ma'am, what are the super specialties available?
In OBGY, so we have urogynae, we have high-risk obstetrics, we have IVF, the ARTs. Then, sir, there is gynae onco. So these are some of them which are available.
So, ma'am, if you have to list down out of these four, like from 1 to 4, the one being the branch with the most potential in next 10
Sir,
years.
I think anyone can tell that.
Yeah.
Sir, with the rate with which the infertility, PCOS problems are rising, ARTs, right? So that is the IVF specialist. That is the one thing which is booming like anything. Sir, after that, gynae onco. So then you have high risk obstetrics, right? And then urogynae.
Ma'am, where do you see this branch going in the next 10 years?
So the way the population is growing, so this branch
ये तो हिंदुस्तान में गायनी की बात कर रहे हो.
सर मैं वही कह रही हूँ सर, आप हिंदुस्तान में आप इस ब्रांच की बात कर रहे हो सर. सर मतलब आई तो ओपनली से इन माई क्लासेस कि सर एक गायनी ही एक ऐसी स्पेशलिटी है विच इज़ गोइंग टू गिव यू द टेस्ट ऑफ मेडिसिन, right? If you are interested in treating a patient, right? So you are treating that patient, you are treating her diabetes also, you are treating her hypertension also, her anemia also, and it is that only one branch which is also giving you experience of surgery, right? And it is that one branch which is also only branch which is dealing with 2 lives at a time. So सर मैं क्लास में बोलती हूँ, पता नहीं अब यहाँ बोलना चाहिए कि नहीं. सर गायनी वाली के आगे ना कोई नहीं टिकता सर, कोई ब्रांच नहीं टिकती है सर.
लाइक मेडिसिन और सर्जरी ये एवरग्रीन ब्रांचेस है कि ये तो पेशेंट रहेगा ही हमेशा हमेशा. बट कहीं ना कहीं आपको लगता होगा ना इन द अपकमिंग टाइम व्हेन एआई इज आल्सो एंटरिंग एवरी फील्ड, हाउ डू यू थिंक एआई इज गोइंग टू इफेक्ट गायनोकोलॉजी?
Can you at any point of time, are you okay that your wife and your would-be kid, right, is being delivered by a robo, right? Or AI is playing some role in that? Or would you trust, अभी जैसे आपने कहा, the gynecologist? You tell me. Will you give your wife's life and your child who is not yet born also to the hands of AI? आप मुझे बता दो बस सर. If you as a father will be able to do that, so then our chances are really dim. But if you as a father will not be able to do that, then AI is not going to, OBGY ko it is not going to affect, especially the obstetric part of it. It is not going to. So you answer that question.
नहीं
for
नहीं
me.
मैं तो आपके साथ हूँ मैं तो आपके साथ हूँ बट ऐसी कोई लेटेस्ट डेवलपमेंट जो हुई हो इस वक्त इस फील्ड के अंदर
Sir, it is robotic surgeries
That's
which has
it.
come. So that's it, sir.
मतलब हम वेट करना पड़ेगा कुछ एआई का आने का
Sir, क्यों wait करना पड़ेगा, sir? You have the best hands. You have people who are going to take care. Those obstetricians who have experience, right? Whom you can trust, who are going to take care of the mother and the child. So then AI का क्यों wait करना, sir?
नहीं ट्रू मतलब द वे एवरी अदर फील्ड is being affected by AI. आपने अभी देखा होगा ना recently an Indian born has created a new software for medicos.
Yes.
Alright, who has raised 42 million. So I was going through his thing and when you read it thoroughly you'll understand that उसने इतना ज़्यादा डिटेल्ड इतना अच्छा ये अलग टूल बनाया है that of course in the upcoming times every GP is going to have problem because of that software. I don't know the
Sir,
development that is happening.
अभी भी sir, ChatGPT is there. Sir, any female or any problem, any female who's pregnant, anyone who is having any kind of issues, they can ask it to the ChatGPT. But still, sir, they would want to go to the gynecologist whenever they have a problem. Still, they would want to ask, is my baby okay? Am I doing good? Is my baby doing good?
What's your advice to a new JR1 joining Ops Gynae department? कैसे they should plan their next 3 years, survive the toxicity period of the first year, learning part and everything.
So my only advice to them is that first of all, before choosing this branch, you should choose this branch only if you have passion for it, not under society pressure, right? Not under this discrimination, like I said, कि लड़की है तो उसने OBGY लेनी है या family ने pressurize किया, then you are taking, because definitely this is a branch where you are going to have a lot of pressure. There will be times when you would want to give up also, right? It is going to test your patience also. It is going to test your physical limits also. But having said that, sir, that one moment when you deliver a patient and you are holding the baby of that patient and the entire family is there with you, the joy which it gives you, that's more than enough to be there in this branch. So if you are passionate about it, you are going to shine. But if you have come under pressure, then you are going to burn out, right? So first of all, be ready that yes, there will be long duty hours, there will be a lot of expectations from you, but you don't have to give up. These 2-3 years, this is the training period for you. If you can survive these 3 years of training, right, then there is nothing like OBGY. Right? Once you survive these 3 years. Number 2, which is very, very important, is that always this question comes up to me that, ma'am, how to maintain work-life balance? Work-life balance, OBGY में during JR-ship is a myth. It's a myth. You will not be able to maintain. There will be times when you will be more focused, and especially in OBGY all throughout your life, not only during these 3 years. So there will be times when your career will demand you more, right? So at that time, your priority should be your career. And then there will be times when you will have to give more time to your family, then be there with your family. Don't carry that guilt in you. If you are focusing on your career, don't carry the guilt that I am not with my family. And if you're focusing on your family, don't carry the guilt that I am not I'm not focusing on my career. And sir, a third thing which I always tell in my class, इतना सुन लेते हो ना आप OBGY डिपार्टमेंट में, इतनी टॉक्सिसिटी आप झेल लेते हो. सो ऑन अ लाइटर साइड, आप जब once you are marriड ना, आपको ये joint families में adjust करना problem ही नहीं होती. This is the biggest advantage of OBGY, the hidden advantage. इतनी toxicity आप उस department में झेल लेते हो कि फिर तो उसके बाद आपकी मदर इन लॉ ने आपको कुछ कह दिया, आपके हस्बैंड ने आपको कुछ कह दिया, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. वो तो कुछ भी नहीं है उसके सामने जो आप झेल रहे होते हो. So दिस इज इन कॉन्ट्रास्ट टू व्हाट पीपल थिंक कि OBGY वाले हैं, बहुत डोमिनेंट होंगे, कैसे एडजस्ट करेंगे. सबसे ज्यादा एडजस्टिंग ही OBGY वाले होते हैं. जिसने अपने डिपार्टमेंट में एडजस्ट कर लिया वो आपकी फैमिली में तो बहुत अच्छे से एडजस्ट करेगी.
तो मैम आपने बहुत बड़ा प्रो भी बता दिया अब तो.
हाँ सर, प्रो है, प्रो ही प्रो है सर.
मैम FMG में यू हैव बीन वर्किंग फॉर लास्ट 3 years. बहुत सारा काम किया आपने, बहुत यू नो.
Sir, I'm connected with FMG Bachas for last 18 years now. And sir, I started my career with them. I started teaching FMG Bachas 18 years back. And that is how I entered into teaching.
तो मैम इस साल भी FMGs का मतलब I saw the result, just 25%. I mean, can't we see do any improvement in that section? If you just look at as a, मैं again PM बना रहा हूँ आपको, as a PM बात करते हैं, कुछ changes की ज़रूरत नहीं उस सेक्टर के अंदर.
Sir, a lot of changes are required. So once I am traveling into different countries, sir, I understand what is the actual problem which is happening with FMG students. I don't know, sir, how much in depth have you gone into their curriculum. The problem is not at the student level. The problem is at the curriculum level. Sir, every country, like in India, if we have the first year MBBS hoga, so you have to study anatomy, physiology and biochemistry. This is not the way it is done in foreign medical universities. There, sir, in first year, you will be taught history of that particular country. Number one, you will be taught biology, important points again. You will be taught a part of physics and chemistry as well. Then, anatomy is going to be divided over 2 to 3 years. In 4-5 semesters, their anatomy is divided. So it's not like they are completing anatomy in 1 year, physiology in that first year, and biochemistry. It is like you are completing a part of anatomy in first semester. Then, sir, आप गायनी वाले से बोलोगे तो वो trimester ही आएगा semester की जगह. So, part of anatomy in first semester, part of anatomy in second semester, part of anatomy in third semester, part of anatomy in fourth semester. So, this is how their one subject is carried on till 2.5 years. One problem which they are facing. So, then it is like this. You have pathoanatomy, you have pathophysiology, right? You have genetics as a very different subject. So what we are doing over here is studying 19 subjects. They have 29 subjects in their curriculum, sir. So that is the second major problem which they are having. So they cannot say that these 3 subjects are done in first year, these 5 subjects are done in second year. Right? They have to deal with 29 subjects in so many universities. So third problem, they don't have any patient exposure. In many universities, rather most of the universities, even if they are associated with a hospital, right, there they are not getting patient exposure because of the language barrier, right? They don't have any long case presentation, any short case presentation, nothing of this sort happens there, sir. So if it's like you are getting a degree from a university rather than you are becoming a doctor. So they don't have that clinical exposure. They have no dissections happening. So they don't have these things happening. And if they are not having these things, how can we expect them to just keep on learning those things? It's as if you are giving a UPSC exam rather than giving an MCI screening or NEET PG exam where you are just mugging up and mugging up and mugging up without any patient exposure. So the problem is this, sir. That is why there is no improvement in their pass percentage. Problem is not with the students, it's with the system. And so next is lack of guidance. They don't have that guidance, and even if they have guidance, they are being misguided. So misguided that itna hi padh lo, this is more than enough for you. So the bias starts from the very beginning. From the very beginning, only subtly we are telling them कि तुम्हारे लिए तो बस इतना ही काफी है. This is the problem which is happening with FMG students. So second thing, you are right. So second thing, what I feel is जो government को करना चाहिए is that if these students are not getting any patient exposure while they are in their university because of XYZ reason. Government should make it possible for them that during their vacations or during, there should be short courses which should be introduced, or small fellowships, internships given to students while they are there 5 years, once they are coming back to India, during their vacations, ki 1 month hands-on training practice, 1 month in medicine department. There are so many government hospitals and residents are needed, hands are needed. Why can't there be a curriculum where it becomes mandatory for, so जैसे engineering में होता है, that while you are doing your engineering, you have compulsory, it is that you have to do internships, right? Similarly, why can't we make it compulsory for these students that once they are in India, vacation के time पे 1 month, 2 month, small internship programs introduced for them in government hospitals, so that the exposure happens to them during these 5 years and they become more knowledgeable and their concepts get more clear. So these are the small things which government should be taking care of.
मैम बट गवर्नमेंट को वापस से, जैसे आप एक स्टेप आगे चले गए, मैं एक स्टेप पीछे जा रहा हूँ. मैं कह रहा हूँ कि लेट्स सपोज आपका एक कॉलेज है फॉरेन में जहाँ पर पेशेंट एक्सपोजर है ही नहीं, तो वो कॉलेज है ही क्यों? वी शुड नॉट अप्रूव दैट कॉलेज ना. अगर जब हम ऐसे अप्रूवल्स लेकर आएंगे तो वहाँ के कॉलेजेस भी मेहनत करेंगे टू मेक श्योर दैट द पेशेंट्स आर कमिंग टू देम.
Absolutely.
दे विल एक्चुअली अपग्रेड देयर एकेडमिक्स. अभी तो वहाँ पे क्या है कि उनको पता है कि पूरे उनके बैचेस इंडियन से भरते हैं.
Yes.
पूरे बैचेस.
So many countries' economy is getting their entire GDP, their economy is because of our Indian students.
एंड द बेस्ट वे फॉर इवन फॉर कॉन्ट्रैक्टर्स टू मेक अ फुल आउट ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स. आपको भी पता है बिश्केक में क्या हुआ था. बिश्कर्क था वो रशिया वाली जो सिटी थी, वेयर द कॉन्ट्रैक्टर एक्चुअली ओवर एडमिटेड द स्टूडेंट्स.
Yes.
उसके बाद सरकार क्या कह रही है कि हमारा कोई लेना देना नहीं है. अरे इंडियन कॉन्ट्रैक्टर, इंडियन स्टूडेंट, तो सरकार कहाँ से रिस्पॉन्सिबल नहीं है? होनी तो चाहिए ना.
This bias is there. मतलब this bias is from government side also to the students who are going abroad. इसमें उन बच्चों की कोई गलती नहीं है.
And to actually study more about FMG, I tried to find the FMG college guidelines on NMC website. It's too difficult. आपको पता मैम उसमें इतनी सारी चीज़ें लिखी हुई हैं कि 18-19 करिकुलम होने चाहिए. उसके बाद करिकुलम या कुछ और था, इंग्लिश में ही होना चाहिए, and multiple other things are there. So let's suppose if a student goes to a college and that college is not following this, the student can come back and it is a possibility that his degree is not recognized. क्योंकि वो एनएमसी कॉलेज नहीं चल रहा.
तो सर उसमें स्टूडेंट की कहाँ गलती हुई? पूरी डिग्री 4 years 5 years के बाद आप स्टूडेंट की डिग्री को रिकग्नाइज नहीं कर रहे हो, सर उसमें स्टूडेंट की क्यों गलती थी? सर उसके तो 4-5 years आपने बर्बाद कर दिए ना. ये चीज़ें आपको पहले करनी चाहिए थी. At the entry level there has to be these barriers. They have to, for any college like you said who is getting accreditation, should pass these barriers and then only they should get accredited.
एग्जैक्टली ना. आप लिखो ना कि ये 30 कॉलेज है जो हमने पास कर. और मैम है ही कितने कॉलेज? मात्र 30 से 40-50 इतने कॉलेज होंगे.
Many, so you don't even know.
So मैम अब तो वहाँ पे तो वही है ना, किसी ने अगर दो बिल्डिंग भी, एक बिल्डिंग खोल ली उसी कॉलेज का वो मिल जाता है लाइसेंस.
कॉलेज का लाइसेंस मिलता है. यस सर.
और उनको हमारे से कोई मतलब तो है ही नहीं ना. उनको तो वहाँ का लाइसेंस चाहिए.
यस.
एंड दे कैन सिंपली इनवाइट स्टूडेंट्स. हमारा देश मतलब क्यों भेज देता अपने बच्चे, खुद के बच्चे बाहर, और फिर जब वो वापस आते हैं उनके साथ उन्हें कहा जाता है कि 2 साल की इंटर्नशिप करो, फ्री में करो, खुद ढूंढो.
So that is why the bias is there. So बहुत biases हैं for FMG students, and these bias the society is creating. And फिर उसके बाद सर हम ये कहते हैं कि pass percentage is also not improving and we look down upon them. So वो बच्चे जो 5 years 6 years वहाँ पे, the kind of troubles which they face, so the language barrier, the discriminations, everything they are doing by themselves, right? From food they are arranging to, even sir, some of the students, they are even managing to call the faculties from India to take their classes. Even all this management at some places is being done by the students.
क्या किया जा सकता है मैम?
So फिर से प्रधानमंत्री बनना पड़ेगा.
मैम एक दिन के लिए दोबारा बन जाओ.
एक दिन के लिए दोबारा बन जाओ.
हम नायक वाला इंटरव्यू खेल रहे हैं.
नायक वाला सर बहुत हो गया सर.
अभी ना मान के चलो प्रधानमंत्री हो, आप नीचे उतरो मत कुर्सी से.
कुर्सी से
अभी आप एक आध घंटे के लिए हो.
मुझे तो सर बार बार पीएम की सर इस इंटरव्यू के बाद इस पॉडकास्ट के बाद पता चले मोदी जी आ जाएंगे, अरे भैया
उतरो मेरी मीटिंग है।
ये तो कुछ अलग ही हो गया, ये कौन है भाई?
कह रहा 10 मिनट बाद आ जाते हो। बताओ तो सही।
सर इससे ज्यादा तो क्या किया जाए सर, आप बताओ मुझे। आप इतने डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चंस मुझसे पूछोगे सर।
तो मैम, फॉर द नेक्स्ट एग्जाम व्हाट इज योर एडवाइस टू द एफएमजी स्टूडेंट्स? क्या करना चाहिए?
Sir, not only about the exam. So, my advice as a whole to FMG students is that first of all, stop doubting yourself. Stop seeking validation for yourself, right? You are not inferior and you are not an option for anyone. There will be so many people who will be saying that if you would have been good enough, then you would have got a seat in India, right? But what you have to understand, and you don't have to argue on this, is that why you are studying in a foreign medical college is because of circumstances. It's not because you were less, right, than any Indian medical graduate. So stop doubting yourself and make yourself so competent, make yourself so clinically equipped that your competence speaks before your college name. Right? From where your journey started is not in your hand, but where it is going to end, that is what is in your hand. So focus on that. Just leave, cut off all this noise. Don't listen to anyone who's doubting your potential, right? And don't give any unnecessary arguments. Prove yourself by clearing not only MCI screening test, but also by clearing NEET PG. There are so many students these days, sir, who are getting very good rank in NEET PG and they are FMGs. So follow them, be like them.
थैंक यू मैम। लेट्स टॉक अबाउट नीट पीजी नाउ। हम बाहर की बात जितनी कर ले मैम, अपने खुद के घर में ही गंद मचा रखा है इस टाइम पे। तो नीट पीजी अपडेट आई है कुछ 7-8 महीने बाद है मैम, उसके लिए आपका क्या कहना है?
सर उसके लिए दो ही चीज़ें सर, दिस कैन बी टेकन एज एन अपॉर्चुनिटी ऑल्सो एंड दिस कैन बी टेकन एज अ सेटबैक ऑल्सो. सर आई एम अ लिटिल optimistic person, right? So I am taking this as an opportunity for those students जिन्होंने अभी तक अपने कुछ subjects complete नहीं किए थे, right? जिनके अभी तक those who were saying कि हमारे अभी subjects complete नहीं हैं, या वो students because of any reason, maybe because their internship was going on, or maybe because they were into any job, or due to any circumstances you were not able to complete your subjects. Now this 6 months period is very, very good amount of time when, if you are consistent, even if you start from today, you will definitely be able to get a very good rank. Having said that, students who have been consistent till now you don't have to come into that pause wala phase. Now you don't have to get complacent. As I always say, you don't have to be the hero of the story and let the turtles win. Give a tough fight to the turtle also. Be the hare, but give a tough fight to the turtle. Don't sleep at this time. Let your ranks improve. These days which you have got, these months which you have got, this should add to your rank. This should add to your knowledge rather than making your GT scores worse. And now is the time when you should focus on INICT. So many students, sir, they are always afraid of giving INICT. They feel that INICT is an exam which is too tough for them. That is not for them. But sir, actually INICT is an exam which is much easier to crack than NEET PG. It's a much more predictable exam than NEET PG. So if your focus was NEET PG till now, shift your focus to INICT, which is going to happen in May, much earlier than NEET PG. So if you are those जिनका अभी तक curriculum पूरा हो चुका है, you have already watched your your videos, you have already made your notes, your first revision is done. Now don't target NEET PG, now target INICT.
Ma'am, the problem with doing such a change in the middle of a preparation is that at least 90% of people simply get lost. क्योंकि आपने सोचा है कि नीट पीजी
Sir,
है।
thank you asked that question. Sir, आ जाओ मेंटोरा में। आ जाओ सर. जो whoever is feeling lost, जिसको ये लग रहा है कि sir, because genuinely there are only three things which are required to crack any exam, and that is what I say, the three C's to crack any exam: concept, consistency, and you have to have clarity. These are the only three things. So concepts is something which you have built till now, right? Then comes your consistency is something which is much more important to clear an exam like NEET PG, where daily you have to study for 8 to 10 hours. Daily you have to make a timetable, and you have to plan your revisions so that your 3 to 4 rounds of revisions are completed before NEET PG. You have to be consistent in solving MCQs daily, in giving GTs. If you have consistency, na, sir, NEET PG is actually a very, very doable thing. The rank which you are targeting, you can get it only by consistency. So like you said, it is very difficult for students to maintain that consistency. So that is why I introduced the concept of Mentura, where I am not teaching them all 19 subjects, but I am just teaching them how to be consistent. Yes, sir. So that is commendable that students are joining those sessions. But whether it is a nursing student, FMG student, NEET PG student, sir, everyone is attending those sessions. And some of the students, they even message that we will sleep after the session. So those who are night owls, they will wait for the session to happen and then they will sleep after the session.
I think you give them an anchor for the day. It can be that you either get up at 5 or you sleep at 5.
Sleep at 5. True.
Any message to our students, before we actually wrap it off?
So the only message to all the students is that, like I said, be consistent, number one. And number two, so be good human beings. So that is very important, with a very, very positive mindset. There will be people who will try to drag you down. There will be circumstances which will try to pull you down. But you have to be that phoenix who has to keep on rising again and again. If you have taken this profession, medical profession, there will be struggles, but you have to come out of those struggles. And being a doctor does not mean that you give up on your life, right? You have to live this life. You have to enjoy this journey. This is being a doctor, and this process of clearing NEET PG. Enjoy this journey. This is the best time which you are having just now. Enjoy the process. Result fir jo bhi ho, we will see to it. But enjoy this journey. So many people I meet, they say कि डॉक्टर्स कहाँ एंजॉय करते हैं लाइफ को. बट सर, दैट इज़ वॉट वी हैव टू टेल एवरीवन कि डॉक्टर्स भी इंजॉय करते हैं लाइफ को. एंड दैट इज़ वाई मेंटल हेल्थ इज़ सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. टेक केयर ऑफ योर मेंटल हेल्थ. रैंक्स का प्रेशर, देन ब्रांच का प्रेशर, योर कमिटमेंट्स का प्रेशर. देर इज सो मच ऑफ प्रेशर विच हैज़ टू बी डेल्ट एज अ मेडिको. So to ease out that pressure, just relax for some time and give yourself due credit of where you have reached. You have done a lot, and you are the place where you are. So many wanted to be at this place. So enjoy that.
Thank you so much, ma'am. But of course, the podcast doesn't end here. We have some rapid fire questions for you.
Rapid again? सच में?
हाँ मैम, सच में.
अच्छा, ओह, फिर से आप दाल चावल पूछोगे मुझसे?
नहीं यार, अलिया इस बार अलग है हमारे.
अच्छा, इस बार अलग.
हम काफी ग्रो कर चुके हैं. Ready, ma'am?
Ready, sir.
Simple 2 rules. You have to be super truthful and super spontaneous.
Okay, done.
ठीक है मैम, झूठ नहीं बोलना बिल्कुल. A mantra or a line that guides your decision.
Be positive. Whatever happens in your life, be positive.
वो अनिल कपूर वाला.
So, sir, actually, I believe in that. Sir, everything has a reason, and every experience is every bad thing which is happening is giving you an experience. Just take the lesson from it and move forward.
If you were not a doctor or teacher, what alternate career would you be thriving in?
Sir, I would have been some motivational speaker.
Or a content creator.
Or a content creator. Yes, sir.
One personal failure that later became your biggest strength.
As I always say, sir, I did not clear my, I became a DGO. I wanted to become MDMS. So that thing was always in my mind, and it helped me in getting more academically strong, because I always thought that I am lesser than MS Obs and Gynae. So that eventually became my strength, because I actually became academically very, very strong, because I didn't want this to be a hurdle in my career.
ऐसा कभी हुआ आपके साथ लाइक इन द इनिशियल फेज ऑफ ए करियर कि आप लोगों से छुपा रहे थे कि यार डीजे नहीं बताना?
सर नहीं सर, ऐसा कभी भी नहीं हुआ सर, बिकॉज मैं इस करियर में जब एंटर करी थी, व्हेन आई बिकेम अ गायनाकोलॉजिस्ट सर, दिस वाज बाय chance or by coincidence that I came into teaching, right? This was not something which I opted for, right? And by that time my book was already there, and book mein already it was mentioned as DGO. But as I said, I've been lucky enough that no one ever said this, that you are a DGO so you cannot become a faculty, so or anyone commented even, no one, sir.
Your biggest stress reliever after work?
Music, sir.
कौन सा फेवरेट गाना है आपका?
So any song which Dr. Pankaj sings.
अरे आपके भी तो रोमांस खत्म ही नहीं होता. One quality you admire most in people?
Sir, how they treat someone who's not equivalent to them, how they treat them. So when no one is looking, how you are treating your juniors, how you are treating people who might not be at that level at which you are. So how you are treating them, that is one thing which I notice a lot. So that is one thing which I admire, that if someone is not as maybe rich as you are, and how you are treating them, the way you are talking to them, that is something which I notice a lot.
One word that describes your current phase of life?
Phoenix. Mentura.
Rise of the Phoenix.
Rise of the Phoenix.
Happiest moment of your life?
Happiest moment, some many happy moments.
But give me one.
So when Shreya was born.
I knew this, but I ask again.
Achha, so you knew this already.
Thank you so much, ma'am,
Thank
for
you so
being
much,
such
sir.
a delightful guest. As always, मैं हंस के मेरे गाल दर्द हो रहे इस टाइम पे.
सर इस बार तो हम हंसे ही नहीं ज्यादा सर, आपने काफी मतलब वो वाले क्वेश्चंस पूछे जिसमें आई हैड टू मेंटेन अ स्ट्रेट फेस एंड आंसर. तो इस बार तो इट वाज, आई वाज ट्राइंग माय बेस्ट to be not smile, not laugh, and to be little serious. I hope I projected as a very serious person today.
Yes, ma'am, इस बार तो आप बहुत सीरियस थे. आपने बहुत कम हंसे हो, लेकिन ना आप अपने हिसाब से बहुत कम हंसे हो.
है ना सर? चलो, mission accomplished then.
Ram, thank you for being the first guest on season 2 of the Nachiket Bhatia show.
Oh, this is season 2.
नहीं, मैं ऐसे ही कह रहा हूँ.
सर क्या मतलब, आप कुछ भी.
मुझे आइडिया है, मैं भी अनाउंस कर सकता हूँ कि सीजन 2 है, but I don't know, but it can be the season 2, right?
Yes, it can be the season 2. Yes,
And
sir.
again, you are the first guest.
Sir,
अब बस वेट करूंगा कि सीजन 3 हो, आप फिर फर्स्ट गेस्ट हो गए हमारे. And you have been very, very lucky for us. So thank you so much for that. And thank you so much, guys, for watching today's show. I believe you must have loved it as much as I have. Gynecology, NEET PG, FMG, all dissected by ma'am herself, giving you the very true version of what is happening today, what you have to do, and the only thing that matters, keep the confidence in yourself, make yourself proud, make your parents proud, and be the best version of you. Thank you so much, and God bless you.